just make the correct use of tense. Okay, all right. So with this basic note, let's begin to the today's topic. So as far as assignments are concerned, what you people can do, you people just complete first three assignments, and I think that write-up is provided to you. So for first assignments, you people are going to write down some sentences. So try to be creative. Don't go for what is provided to you. You people can find out new examples from internet, from book. You can refer anything and try to find out different examples of articles, prepositions, and conjunctions. Instead of writing as it is, you people can always have a choice to find new, and your example should not be like other someone else example, or should not copy someone else example, or should not copy from the provided write-up also. Rather than, I will suggest that you can try to find out new examples, different examples, can be challenging examples, can be difficult examples that you are finding and you are writing in the assignments. So all you people just complete three assignments and upload on the link is there in teaching diary, so you can check it and try to submit first three assignments. While submitting, you people follow the one common format. First of all, what should come, I will just tell you. Just wait for 1 minute. Okay, so if you're going to submit the assignment, so for that you have to rename the PDF that you're going to make it. Okay, so if you're going to use it, so it should be, is the screen visible, white screen?
No, sir.
I will share it once again. So you people have to rename your PDF, so that has to be with your roll number. First of all, there should be roll number. For example, it should be A, if it is roll number 1, it will be A01. Okay, and then you are going to mention your name. So maybe you can mention your, what your name it is, maybe your initial can also you mention, so that I can understand. For example, it can be ABC, it can be your initial, whatever it may be, that you have to mention. And then you just mention assignment number. If you are going to separate it separately, you can mention one. Then same case, you are going to mention now. Here it can be assignment number 2, like this. And same, you are going to do it for assignment number 3. Okay, or if you are going to make one PDF of 3 assignment, in that case you are going to mention here only roll number 1, your initial, or you can mention name also here, so that I can understand. And then you can mention here assignment number 1, 2, and 3, like this should be there. So that has to be the format that you people have to use for submitting your assignment. But important is your roll number should be there, and which assignment number is there, that has to be mentioned in that PDF. Any questions about submitting assignment?
No, sir.
तर एकच PDF करायची आहे तिने असाइनमेंटची.
चॉईस इज युअर्स. तुम्हाला जर सेपरेट करायची असेल तर तुम्ही सेपरेट 12च्या 12 करू शकता, किंवा मी जसं सांगितलं एकाच PDF मध्ये 3-3 पण करू शकता. 3 असाइनमेंटची एक PDF करून मी ते सबमिट करू शकता. तुम्हाला जे कन्व्हिनियंट होईल यू कॅन फॉलो दिस. पण त्या PDF ला नाव देताना त्या किती असाइनमेंट आहेत त्यामध्ये हे मेन्शन करायचं. जसं असाइनमेंट नंबर 1, 2, 3 एकच असेल तर ते त्याच्यामध्ये असं येईल, किंवा सेपरेट असेल तर हे 1, हे 2, and this is 3, like this. Any more questions? You submit it within this week. You can take this week up to Saturday, you have to submit it. Is it clear?
येस.
सर अजून एकदा सांगता कोणते कोणते असाइनमेंट 1.1च फक्त का युनिट नंबर
असाइनमेंट नंबर 1, 2 आणि 3 3 असाइनमेंट कंप्लीट करायच्या. Yes, you can write it in your what your regular notebook is there. In that you can write. Okay. And while writing, another important note that you have to take, प्रत्येक पेज वरती तुमचं काय मेन्शन करायचं, इनिशियल. फॉर एक्झाम्पल वॉट एव्हर इट मे बी युअर इनिशियल. ओके, माय इनिशियल इज ABC. I will mention it. Then my roll number. My roll number is 01. Okay, and then my sign. This is again you have to ensure की हे प्रत्येक पेजवरती येणार. फॉर एक्झाम्पल माझे असाइनमेंट नंबर 1 आहे, असाइनमेंट नंबर 1चे 3 पेजेस आहेत, तर त्या तिन्ही पेजवरती वरचं जे मार्जिन असणार आहे त्या मार्जिनमध्ये तुम्हाला हे मेन्शन करायचं आहे. यू हॅव टू मेन्शन दिस थिंग्स फॉर ईच अँड एव्हरी पेज. यू आर गोइंग टू डू दिस. ओके. इफ इट इज नॉट देअर इट मीन्स दॅट इट विल नॉट बी असेस्ड. तुमच्या एखाद्या पेजवरती जर हे तुमचं नाही आलं, तुमची साईन नाही आहे किंवा तुमचा रोल नंबर आणि हे तुम्ही मेन्शन केलं, हा फॉर्मॅट इज ॲप्लिकेबल फॉर ऑल असाइनमेंट्स, ऑल पेजेस. ओके, हे प्रत्येक पेजवरती यायला अपेक्षित आहे. सो दॅट आय कॅन अंडरस्टँड इट इज युअर्स. का असं, तर हे तुमचं आहे हे मला कसं कळणार, तर त्यासाठी हे तुमचं स्वतःचं तिथं इनिशियल तुमचा रोल नंबर त्या पेजवरती दिसणं अपेक्षित आणि तुमची सही. यू टू साइन ऑन टॉप ऑफ द पेज. कळालं काही सर्व?
सर आता एक आम्ही असे असाइनमेंट सबमिट केलं सर.
कसं
सर, म्हणजे असं ते रोल नंबर सर टाकलं नाही.
रोल नंबर टाकलेलं नाही आहे का?
नाही सर.
सो यू टू सबमिट इट अगेन. तसं नाही आहे चालणार.
ओके सर.
ठीक आहे. इथं कुणाला क्वेश्चन आहेत का याच्याबद्दल?
नो सर.
फाईन फाईन. All right. So let's go back and let's start today. We are going to begin with tense. All right. So very important, in the beginning I was talking about we people are using tense in our communication, and it is very important, and there should not be confusion. If I want to speak, if I want to write, if I want to maybe in any form of communication, if I'm going to use language, there should not be confusion that which tense I have to use, or when I have to use simple present, when I am using simple past, simple future, something like this, so present continuous. So many students are having confusion here only and they are not getting it clear. So there is a problem for communication. So let's try to understand it in a better way. So first of all, we'll try to understand the concept of tense. Okay. So all we people know that we people use tense, but we people know exactly how it is related or associated. So therefore we people will consider this is one particular timeline. Okay, so what timeline means? Timeline means the particular the way that we people are implementing the concept of time, what happens with it. So if you understand, you'll come to know that we are referring to the time with the reference of completion of actions. There are so many actions happening right now. So if you think that maybe right now someone is coming, someone is going, someone might have done something, or people are just completing their work, farmers are going to the farm, and so many activities are around us. Okay, so if you understand, you will come to know that tense is nothing but it is time. Okay, time of what? Time to refer to the actions. Okay, different activities are there, different actions are there. Right now I'm speaking, right now I'm teaching you people, you people are listening, you people are writing something, you people are getting something. So many things are there, and these activities we are doing with reference of what? With reference of time, and that is we are referring as tense here. Okay, and if we consider this is as a timeline, and we'll take one point on this line, let's say this is one point that we are going to consider here, and this point maybe it is today's date. Okay, so what is today's date? Let's consider that is 31st of January, okay, in 2022. So you'll come to know we are here, so you people can consider this particular time can be into present. Okay, so whatever the time that we people are using right now, whatever the time is there with us and we are doing activities, so that can be considered into present tense. Okay, so now if we go here, if we go back here, and if we take this point which can be starting point. Okay, so what do we understand? So we understand from this timeline that we have come ahead. How many years? Almost 2021 years we people have done. We have passed. We have come ahead. So that much time has passed since the counting of days and months and years. So it is said from the birth of Jesus Christ, it started. Started counting days and nights. Okay, or months and weeks and years. So somewhere, if you understand, you'll come to know date came from like this also. It can be one, and it can be like this also. Okay, so that can be the start of counting days. It can be start of the birth of Jesus Christ and something like this. Okay, so here what do we have to understand from this? This point tells us that in the past, or maybe yesterday, day before yesterday, in last week, last month, last year, so many years before, there are also so many activities has been done, or they have completed. So therefore we are referring these things, and that can be into past. Okay, so here people can consider the activities which have done there, that can be into the past. Then similarly we can take the next point here also on this timeline, which can be here, let's say somewhere here we people can take, and it can be again we people will take one more date. Okay, and this date can be taken with today's date. Okay, 31st of January. But year can be anything here. You can just consider it can be 2023, 25, 2030. It can be 30, 30, 22. It can be maybe we may be there or we may not be there. But there is going to be a time, and there are going to be activities which will be performed here also. So therefore, the activities that we people are going to be planned here, that can be into the future. Okay, so from these kind of things we people got three types of tense, which these three types of tense you people can understand: past, present and future. For our convenient we will take present first, present, past and future. This way we people will try to understand. Okay, so is it clear? Time of sorry, concept of tense, is it clear to everyone? Any questions about tense? What do you understand by tense, or what is tense? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now if you think of this is the tense, what is tense? Tense is nothing but time. Time of what? Time of referring to actions when they are completed, or when they are going on, or when they will be done, regarding like this. So again, all these tense that major three types, they can have subtypes also that we will talk here. So if you think of here past tense, you'll come to know that there are four subtypes you can consider. That is simple past. Okay, there is another one that we can consider past continuous. That again another you take third one, that is past perfect. Okay, and fourth one that you can consider here, that is past perfect continuous. Okay, so these are four subtypes for past tense. Same, you come here for present, and you'll find for present also you have these kind of four subtypes. Classification is there, like simple present. Okay, there is present continuous, there is present perfect, and there is present perfect continuous. If you come here for future, you'll come to know in future also you'll find the classification like simple future, Then you have here future continuous. You have future perfect. You have future perfect continuous also. Okay, so these are four types for every three tense, and together we got it almost how many tenses? 12 tenses. Okay, how many tenses we have together? We have 12 types here. So from out of these 12 types, it is not necessary that we use all 12 types every time. Is it like this? No, it is not like that. For example, if I'm speaking right now, if I'm doing any communication right now, it does not require to use all 12 tenses. There are certain, it can be 8 to 10, hardly 8 to 10 tenses, which are very important that we should know their use, we should know, and we should practice them. And if we are clear with these tense, the people will be able to use them. For example, all simple tenses, simple past, simple present, and simple future, you have to know, because these tenses are basic tenses, and we people have to use it for a number of times, so you have to be clear with it. Then present continuous is very important here. Future continuous, it is important, all tenses are important, but we do not use that much. Okay, future continuous is not used that much. Present continuous is used. Past continuous is also used a little bit, but again in past perfect, present perfect, future perfect, we people use present perfect more here. Okay, and was this Siley Bhosle? Any questions?
No, sir.
So present perfect is important that you have to work on it. Present perfect continuous also. But if you think future perfect continuous, very rarely used. Very maybe you'll sometimes somewhere it is used. But past continuous it can be used. So hardly 8 to 10 tense that you people have. Past perfect, again that is with simple past is used, otherwise it is not used. Past perfect continuous is very less used. So these four in present tense: simple past, simple future, 6 and 7 to 8, maximum 7 to 8 tense we people use in communication. And apart from that, we people have done with other forms of verbs also, modal auxiliaries and all those things. So that much is enough to speak English. It is not required that I have to know all the 12 tenses exactly, and if I don't know anything of any particular tense, in that case there will be a lot of problems. It is not like this. Okay, but they are important. It should be always, we people need to take care that we are using tenses correctly. If you are using incorrectly, what will happen, that people may get confused, or they will not understand exactly what you are trying to say. And with practice it is possible. Maybe right now you are not clear when to use simple present, simple past, simple future, how to use them, maybe. But if you are speaking it, let's say for day-to-day communication with your friends, you are using English, you can be clear with all these tenses. These everything will be clear to you. Okay, so somewhere you note it down. There are three types of tense: present, past, and future, and there are subtypes of these four. Okay, so should I make this screen clear now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll make it clear. So let's begin with first tense. People will deal with now present tense. Okay, instead of past, first of all, we will take present here. All right. So in present tense, again, we people will go with simple present tense. So, you know what happens when we people are learning? You might have already studied tenses in your 12th, maybe very rarely, or might be not that much exactly. But in 12th, there was grammar. In 10th, there was maybe from your 9th and 8th, and everywhere we people learn tenses. But still, that becomes a kind of problem for us that we are not able to use. So, why does it happen? Because we are not learning how to use them. Simply we remember the structure. So you may be getting simple present tense, then structure of simple present tense, and one example of simple present tense. So that is the only way that we people have studied tenses so far. But here now, we people will not go this way. Rather than, first of all, we'll talk about use of simple present tense. First of all, we'll talk about use of simple present tense. So if you think, when we people are using, or when you're reading something, you're listening something, when people are using simple present tense, for what kind of activities, for what kind of actions simple present tense is used? Do you have any idea when to use simple present tense? Or you don't have any idea? Okay, so let's try to think. We use it for, let's say, habitual actions. Habitual actions, these are our habits. Okay, so habits, or you can also mention it like your daily routines. Okay, it can be habits or it can be daily routines. Now think, what are your habits, what are your daily routines? So what do we do every day? If you think, these are actions that you are doing every day. So let's try to describe here your daily routines. So we'll use it with first person pronoun, with I. So first of all, our day begins from waking up. So when do I wake up? I wake up at 6 o'clock. Okay, so this becomes my first, maybe daily routine, I can say like this. So here you'll come to know which tense you are finding. I wake up at 6 o'clock. Which tense we are using? Simple present we are using. Yes, that's right. So now you people tell me, how you came to know, from what we identify the tense. कसा टेन्स ओळखतो एखाद्या वाक्यामधला?
वर्बवरून.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. So we need to think of the verb. So which is verb here?
Wake up.
Wake up is verb. So from that we came to know this is simple present tense. So now let's talk with next activity. It can be I brush my teeth. Okay, so something like this. I have, or you can take, I take my bath, or I do some exercise. Okay, I have my breakfast. And you can talk here about I read newspaper. So imaginary you can think, or I watch TV. I attend lectures. So just continue. There can be number of activities that you people are doing daily, but I'm just giving you some examples, and you just check the verb in each of the sentences. Pronoun is same I, because we are talking about the daily routines here. So wake up, you just saw. Brush, so brush can be noun, brush can be verb. So here brush is used. So take, I take my bath. I do some exercise. I have my breakfast. Read, watch, attend. So now you tell me here, we will go for what kind of verb form we are using in simple present tense. Which form of verb is used here?
P1.
Yes, exactly, you people pointed it out that the first form of verb is used. What kind of verb is used? First form of verb is used when we people are talking about our daily routines. Okay, or it can be habitual actions, like you can say I go to college, or something like this. I go to gym, I go to maybe party, or something like this. So these are uses, habitual actions, or it can be daily routines. Apart from that, you can also think of some repeated actions. Repeated actions, something that you're doing. It can be frequently, with frequently, frequency you can say. It can be daily, it can be weekly, monthly, yearly. If you're doing something, that can be into simple present tense. So repeated actions that you people have to think, that you need to understand, they are into simple present tense. Okay. Then also you just see here we people mention universal truths also. So what is universal truth? So the truth which is always true. It was true yesterday, it was true today, it will be true tomorrow. So that is called universal truth. That can be also called general truth. Okay. And you can see examples of such universal truths. Can you tell me examples of universal truths? Example of universal truth that is going to be true all the time, anywhere, everywhere, which is true here in India, which is true in America, which will be true in everywhere. That is
The
called,
sun rises in the east.
yes. So that becomes universal truth. Yes, that is also. The sun rises in the east, the sun rises daily, that is also right. Okay. So you can try to understand from this example, you will come to know. So that is for everywhere. It is in India, it is in maybe China, or it may be in everywhere sun rises in the east. That is true. That is universal truth. And there are so many that can be the earth revolves around the sun and the blood is red, or 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. That is going to be true in everywhere. Okay. So these kind of things will come here in universal truth. Then apart from that, you'll come to know some scientific rules. Scientific rules, then proverbs, idioms, and maybe good thoughts. These are some of the uses of simple present tense that you people have to consider. Okay, and you can find out examples of each of them. So scientific rules like water boils at 100 degrees Celsius, or there can be any other. If you have studied some rules in physics or in chemistry or maybe somewhere, so you'll come to know these scientific rules are in simple present tense. Proverbs and idioms, all proverbs and idioms you'll find that they are in simple present tense. Okay. So to cry over the spilt milk, or yes, we shall. 4 plus 4 makes 8. Yes, that will come here in universal truth, because that is true for all conditions, every time that is going to happen. Okay, so these were the uses. So people try to understand the use, when to use. Suppose that you wanted to talk about something. So maybe you want to describe something, you can use their simple present tense. And now we will go for structure. So you people tell me what kind of structure that we people find in simple present tense.
Subject plus V1.
Okay, so first of all, we people will take subject. Yes stands for subject here. After subject there is going to be verb. So verb will be in which form?
V1.
Okay, base form V1, क्रियापदाचं पहिलं रूप. Okay, and then there will be remaining part of the sentence. It can be object. Yes, it can be object. Sometimes there cannot be object. Sometimes there can be complement, or there can be only subject and verb only. So that is also possible. So it is not always object. Okay, remember we are writing here object, but you need to understand, it may come, it may not come. It can be complement, or it can be there. Like this we people need to understand. Okay, and now you people tell me some examples for this structure. You just try to make different examples. So here first of all, for subject, what do people can take for subject? All pronouns we can use. For example, I, we, you, he, she, it, they. You can use any pronoun here. You can use any noun: Mahesh, Suresh, Ganesh, Sita, Gita. So that can be used. After that, what you have to understand, After subject you are going to use verb, but that verb isn't going to be in which form, that is in base form or first form. And then you just think of something else after verb. If it requires, you can use object. If it is not there, it can be complement, it can be nothing also sometimes. So tell me examples of simple present tense.
We
learn tense.
Okay, we learn tense. Yes.
I like ice cream.
Yes, I like ice cream. That is in simple. But everybody should tell me at least one example.
I write a letter.
I write a letter.
I read a paper.
I read paper. Okay.
I play
I'm an
kabaddi.
engineer.
When two people speak at a time, I do not understand anything.
I write a letter.
I write a letter. Yes.
I play
I go
kabaddi.
to school.
I play cricket and I go to school. Okay.
I do exercise.
I do exercise.
I learn English.
I learn English grammar. Okay, from Swapnil, here it is. I sing a song. Yes, that is also possible. You can say this is also.
She plays the
She plays
she plays drum.
drum. Okay, yes, that is also possible. Sun is a star. Okay, Shubham, you can say like this. I'm an engineer. Okay, we'll come to examples like this. Pratiksha, I'm an engineer. I watch a fish tank. Okay, Anuradha. I have taken this example. Now we'll make different sentences of this. Different sentences mean that we are only talking one type of example only. Only one type of example. We are using statements only. We are using affirmative sentences only. But now I'm going to ask you some another question here. I sing a song. This is one example. Okay. And now I wanted to make it negative. This is affirmative. Okay, this is positive. I sing a song. This is affirmative sentence. I want to make it negative. So how it will be negative?
I do not sing a song.
Yes. So here what happens? I do not sing a song. That becomes negative. Okay, and that is also in which tense? This is also in simple present tense. Now tell me, if I want to ask a verbal question, I sing a song, how I can ask a verbal question or yes no question?
Do you sing a song?
Here it can be pronoun, you can use I. Okay, here for our understanding we are using do I sing a song. So it becomes a question. Okay, and when you are just see I sing a song, this is a kind of statement. Okay, this is a kind of statement. And now if I'm going to make it question, it should be changed. It should be do I sing a song. So it becomes its tone changed, because this is a question. You are seeking information here. You are expecting answer yes or no something here. Okay, so that becomes, and this is again affirmative question. We can make negative questions also. How it can be negative question? You are going to add not.
Don't I sing a song?
Okay, so these types of different examples that you people have to understand. Okay, so all these examples are in which tense? All these examples are in simple present tense. Okay, also you people need to understand in simple present tense for third person singular pronouns. Which are third person singular pronouns? She, it. Then what you people have to remember? When there is main verb, for main verb you are going to add yes or es suffix. Yes or es suffix. For example, you can tell me he plays cricket. Okay, He plays cricket. What happens usually? What is verb? Verb is play, but here we used plays. Okay, if it is she sings a song. Okay, it looks nice. So that you people have to understand. Otherwise, you have or I have seen number of people, they say he do hard work, she go to college. Okay. So tell me, are these examples right?
No.
No, sir.
It is not right. Why it is not right? What should be here?
Does.
Sorry, yes.
Does. He does hard work. She goes to college. That you people need to understand that with this there is going to be es to the main verb, and this is not right. So you people remember, where people make mistakes, we have to remember it, and we should not make mistakes here. Okay. Apart from that, you can use some verbs with pronouns. All personal pronouns people can use. For example, all pronouns like I, we, you, then plural you, then he, she, it, and they. Okay, so these are all personal pronouns that we people are noted here. Now we will use one verb with all these pronouns. So you just tell me one example of verb here. One verb. Tell me one verb.
Right.
Okay, right. So we'll take right here. So how to practice this in simple present tense? We will use verb write. I write, we write, you write, you write. For he, she, it writes. Okay. For he, she, it writes. He writes, she writes, it writes, they write. Okay. So now you take another example, run. I run, we run, you run, you run. He, she, it runs, they run. Okay. You can take another example, play. I play, we play, you play, he, she, it plays, they play. Okay. So this way also you practice. You just keep, when you are alone, you just keep thinking about, take different verbs and use them with these pronouns in simple present tense. And remember, with he, she, it, you are going to use yes or es to the main verb. Okay. So these things also people have to remember in simple present tense. Then now you people just tell me, I'll make it clear. Should I make these examples? I will rub these pronouns on. You'll practice it later on. So now you just tell me the examples like this. I am a teacher. She is a doctor, and we are friends. So here, what do you think? What kind of verb is used and which tense it can be? I have a car. She has a purse. What is spelling of purse? How to write purse?
PURSE.
P-U-R-S. Yes, purse. She has purse. So you just tell me uh, which tense you are going to consider for these sentences.
Simple present.
Simple present tense.
Is it simple present tense? Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Perfect present tense.
Okay, let's think about the verb used here. I am a teacher. Which is verb here in this sentence?
M.
M.
M. But if you remember this structure V1 is not here, M is used, but M is here main verb. Okay, so therefore all you people are right. These all examples are in simple present tense. Okay, so I am a teacher, that is in simple present. She is a doctor, that is also in simple present tense. We are friends, that is going to be into simple present. What about I have a car? Is it also in simple present tense? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have a car. Have is used, remember. Have is used, so is it in simple present tense?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so here again,
Present perfect.
which one?
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
सर प्रेझेंट परफेक्ट मध्ये V3 असतं.
Yes, that we people have to understand. So don't go for only structure. Why does it happen? Because we people only remember structures. So though there is have, after have there is main verb in past participle. After have there is a main verb in V3 form, but there is no main verb here after have. Okay, there is no main verb here. So therefore, though there is have, that is not going to be into present perfect. Okay, that is going to be
Okay.
in simple present. Same, she has a purse. Again, all these examples will be like here, they will into simple present tense. Now here I will give another example. People just try to tell me which tense it can be. Okay, this is one sentence. A story is told. So what do you think? Which tense it can be?
Present tense.
Present tense, but which present?
Simple.
Simple present.
How it can be in simple present tense?
V3.
V3 is there.
Simple perfect.
Simple perfect. Simple perfect.
Each is there.
Present perfect.
Present.
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
नाही सर सिम्पल प्रेझेंट टेन्सेस.
Simple present tense. Okay, I will help you. I will add something. By him. Now, what do you think?
Change the voice आहे sir हे.
Change the voice. No, let it be. Voice, let it be. But which tense? We're talking here about tense.
Continuous present tense.
Present continuous.
नाही सर ING असतं.
Simple present tense.
Simple present tense. So you need to think of this also. What is verb here? In this sentence, verb is told, is verb. And here we people have just noted what in structure? Only V1. Okay. So that also people need to remember. This sentence, a story is told, that is also in simple present tense. And somebody told, that is right. That is voice that we have to consider. But you'll come to know it is in which voice?
पॅसिव्ह व्हॉइस.
Yes, that is in passive voice. That you should be able to understand. Okay, that is a passive voice that you should be able to identify. So you should not only consider V1, you should not just remember only one structure, but it can be, that is also possible, that is there, V1 is there, but apart from V1 you need to think it can be am is are, it can be have has, it can be like this also. So in passive, the people need to remember another structure, and that structure can be like this. There is object in the beginning, and after object there is used am, is, are. After am is are there is main verb. Now here main verb is in which form? It is in past participle. It is in V3 form. Always remember, it is not only the simple present tense. It is every passive sentence has main verb in V3. Every passive sentence. It can be simple present, simple past, simple future, present continuous, present perfect, whatever it may be. In passive voice, main verb is in always in past participle. Always in which form? V3 form. That you people have to remember. Okay, so now if you come to know this, a story is told, that is in simple present tense. Here also we people can just go for different examples, or we'll take this, I sing a song, The same example I will take here, okay, into passive. So how it will be passive? I sing a song.
A song is sung by
The song is
me.
sung by.
A song is sung by me. Okay. So can this sentence be negative? Yes, this is also negative. So how to make it negative?
Song is not sung by me. Is not sung by me.
Yes. So can there be interrogative sentence in passive voice? Can we make question, verbal question here? How to make it?
Is a
The
song
song is
is
not
sung by
sung.
me.
Is a song sung by me? And question can be negative also. Okay. It can be isn't a
The
song
song
A song
sung
sung by me.
by. Okay, even this is also possible. So here we people go with 8 types of sentences in simple present. Which 8 types? First of all, plain statement, this one, I sing a song. Then we make it negative, I do not sing a song. Then we make it question, do I sing a song? Then we people used negative question, don't I sing a song? So all these 4 examples are in active voice. Okay, and same examples are in passive voice also. So you'll come to know here, you'll come to know that I sing a song, this sentence is passive of this. Okay, then next one, I do not sing a song, it can become like a song is not sung by me. For do I sing a song, here it becomes is a song sung by me. And don't I sing a song, it's passive, can be isn't a song sung by me. So there are number of things which are possible in simple present tense. Namrata, any doubt? All right, so I think the time is up and we are about to stop this class lecture. We
Sir,
need to stop here. Okay, we shall maximum time it is into simple present tense, but rarely you can find sometimes in simple past. Okay, idioms
Okay,
and
sir.
good thoughts.
sir,
Yes, any questions?
a story is told by him. Active voice
Ah,
present perfect येतं ना?
no, no. A story is told by him. Let's make it active. Okay, let's make it active. A story is
Told a
told by
story.
him. After by there is him, so we'll use he. Then is told. So what will be here? Here now you think of this V1. So what is V1 of is told? V1
Kids.
tell.
Tell.
It is tell. So tell or tells?
Yes.
Tells. He tells a story. That will be passive, active of this. Okay. Any other questions? Be quick. We have to take attendance also.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So if any questions you can ask, or maybe next lecture also you can ask. But important is that you practice more questions, more sentences. Roll number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 is absent. Okay, 15, 16, 17, 18 absent. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 absent. Then 29, 30 absent. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 absent. Many students are absent today. 37, 38 absent. 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 60, 63. Roll number 8. Who is this roll number 8? Swapnil, you just mentioned age 08, okay?
Hello.
So absent numbers are roll number 14, 18, 28, 30, 36, 38. If anybody is present, you just let me know that you are here in the class. Otherwise, I will end this meeting for all. So should I end this meeting for all?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so thank you for joining today and do join for the next session.